Hi everyone, and thank you for joining again. In this video I will show you how you can make this beautiful box bag here. This is how it looks like. We close it with a magnetic knob here. And I decided to fix my label tag here, but instead of that you can, for example, use this little decorative thing here. And as usual, please check out the video description for all the material details. So we start with the sides and with this triangle pattern here, and of course we need these sides 2 times. To start, I already made 18 plus 1 chain stitches here. And we start in the second chain from the hook and go all the way back with single crochet. So in total you need to have 18 single crochet in the first row. At the end of the row we chain 1 for the turn, and then turn around, and now we work in the back loop only, so this loop here, and again go back with single crochet. In this row we will make 15 single crochet in total. So please stop when you reach 15 single crochet here. And always remember, we work back loop only. So there are 3 stitches left before the end of the row, and in these 3 stitches we will now poke in and pull through, and in this way we will have 4 loops on our hook in the end. So the one that we already had, and then 3 pull through stitches. Now we yarn over and pull through all of them, then close, turn around, and again, single crochet, back loop only for the whole row. And you notice that we didn't make a chain stitch for the turn here on this side. So I reached the end of the row again. On this side we chain 1 for the turn, turn around, and again work single crochet, back loop only, and stop 3 stitches before the end of the row. So this is where you stop. And again, we will now make 3 pull-through stitches. One, 2, and 3. You have 4 loops on your hook now. This is how it should look like from both sides. Yarn over, pull through all of them, yarn over, close, turn around, and on this side we don't make a chain stitch but go on with single crochet, back loop only for the whole row. And in this way you now just go on, and as you can see the rows will become shorter. So on the one side you always make the 3 pull-through stitches, and you have 2 rows. This is how the triangle will look like. So we are working on this triangle here, and it will become smaller and smaller with each row. So I worked some rows here, and we will do the end of the triangle together, because there might be some questions. So again, we work single crochet, back loop only, then pull through each of the last 3 stitches, four loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all of them, close, turn around, single crochet, back loop only, chain 1 for turn, turn around. Now we only have 4 stitches in this row, and we just go on like we did for the whole triangle, which means we make 1 single crochet, and now there are 3 stitches left where we make the pull through. Four loops on your hook. Turn around. Now single crochet, back loop only, and another single crochet, back loop only. Chain 1 for turn, and now we end the triangle with 2 pull through stitches. So you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through, close. And this is your first triangle. Now, to go on, we work on this side of the triangle and always use the top bumps and these lower loops here. So these top loops and these 2 lower loops. And in this way you will have in total 18 single crochet again. So let's start. Just flip the triangle around, poke in this top loop here, and single crochet. Then poke in below the 2 lower loops, and again single crochet. Then top loop again, and so on. So when you finish the row, it should look like this now. And you need to have 18 single crochet. So we are here now, which means we will now make the triangle on the right side. So the side down here, or the side where we are at the moment, is the side where we make the chain stitch. And then we are in the very same pattern that we did for the first triangle, which means we now make 15 single crochet back loop only, and then end the row with 3 pull-through stitches. So 1, 2, 3 loops before the end, and in the very same way like we did in the first triangle, we end this row on 3 pull-through stitches as well. Again, 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all of them, close, turn around, and now go back all the way with single crochet back loop only. So and now you always make a chain on this side for the turn, and this side here is the one where we make the pull-through stitches. And in this way we will get the triangle shape here. So this side is the one where you make the pull-through stitches, and on the other side you make the chain 1 for the turn. And again, I finished the triangle in the very same way again, like we finished the first one. And now this is where we are. So this is the side where we make our single crochet now. So again, this is the side that we need. And in the very same way like we did on in the first triangle, we will now work along this side here and use the top loops and the 2 lower loops to make our single crochet. And again, you need 18 single crochet in total. So after finishing triangle number 3, you can guess which loops we need now. These ones here. And again we will make single crochet, 18 in total, using these top loops here and the 2 lower loops. Now you can see this little loop here where you need to make the last single crochet. Sorry, the last 2 single crochet. And now for the last single crochet you poke in through, so let me do that again. Start the single crochet, poke in, pull through, 2 loops on your hook, and then pull through the other triangle, pull through and close. So now you have 18 single crochet, chain 1, turn around, and as usual you go back with 15 single crochet, back loop only. So I finished the row and I'm back again on the side where we connect the triangles. This is the second last stitch, and the last stitch of the row we again start the single crochet, and when we have 2 loops on our hook we skip 1 loop on the other triangle and poke in through the second loop here. And close our single crochet. And in this way, chain 1, turn around, and in this way By poking through the other triangle when closing the single crochet, you will connect the triangles on this side. It is important that you always skip one row or one loop. So when you've finished this last triangle, this is how it should look like. And now we will make these rows on the side, only on 3 sides. And in the same way like we made the triangles, we now go on in the top loops and in these lower loops here and work around 3 sides of our bag. It is important that you work with less tension here, because otherwise it might curl up. And if you notice that it curls up, you can also just make 2 single crochet if you like in the top loop every now and then. Just see what is easiest for you. So we don't need to have a certain number of single crochet here or anything. On the sides, the only important thing is that the bag doesn't curl. So I'm in the corner here. And since there are regularly questions for the corner area, we do that together. So I make 2 single crochet here in the same loop, only in the corner loop, and then just go on with normal single crochet. So as you can see, I finished 3 sides of the bag. And again, we now work back loop only the whole way back. And after this first row of single crochet, I made 6 further rows of single crochet, back loop only. Now I finished the rows, and as you can see, the top area is a little wonky. So we will make one row of single crochet here, two rows of single crochet here to straighten the upper edge. So to go on, chain 1, and then again we make single crochet in these top loops here, and then in these 2 lower loops. And as I said, we make 2 rows single crochet, normal single crochet, not back loop only, but normal single crochet, to straighten the top edge here. So for the sides, I started with 13 chain stitches, 13 chain stitches. That resulted in 12 single crochet per row, and in total you need 80 rows. So then please make sure that it fits to your bag. Also take the measure if you're not quite sure. And then we will use slip stitches to fix the sides. So the side of the side part where you have this starting thread that I just showed, of course have to show to the inside. And then I already made a chain stitch here. Then you poke in through this little loop here, poke in through the side part like this, and pull the thread through all the loops on your hook. So we use slip stitches to sew the sides together. Then again I poked in through the side part to the front side part, poked in through the small side part and slip stitch, and again poke in through the front side, through the small side, yarn over and slip stitch. In this way you get this nice little edge here, and you just go on like this for the whole row. So the following part is only for the case that you had too many rows and it didn't end up properly on this side, because this is what actually happened to me when I first tried. So I thought it might be interesting to show you what you can do if you don't want to frog everything. So I opened up the rows that were too much. Now I make a little loop here by pulling the thread to the front and make a chain. Now you poke in around this opened up row and make single crochets here. So as I said, this is only a help if you when you fixed everything and noticed that you have too many rows on the small sides. Then you can open up the spare rows and just work single crochet around them. If you have two less rows, I think it's quite clear what you have to do. You just fix the thread again, crochet some rows and then sew them to the sides. So I don't show that, but I thought if you have too many rows, it might be interesting to see how you can save that. So as you can see here, it of course looks slightly different, but it will give you a nice result anyway. So let's finish that quickly. Just poke in around the row. And I will go on for a few stitches on the large side, because I have a slight height difference here that I would like to cover. So if you have height differences, you can also just start on the side as well and then work few stitches from the small side to the large side to cover the height difference. So I made just a few stitches here. This is my fixed side. Then I go on with a slip stitch. Now pull through, and now I make a fake stitch by pulling the thread through below both loops of the next stitch and bring it back to the middle of the current stitch. And in this way I corrected the fact that I had too many rows here on the small side and a little height difference. And this is how it should look like now. So for the top, I made 15 chain stitches. That resulted in 14 single crochet per row, and in total I made 23 rows. On the sides you add 8 further rows, which I already did on the one side, and we will now make it together on the other side. So again, you have these top loops here and the 2 lower loops. You pull a loop through this first loop, make a chain here, and now just go on like we did the whole time. So you can either use only one of the lower loops or both lower loops, that doesn't matter, and the top loop here. And as I said, I added 8 further rows, and the following rows will again be back loop only. Now let's have a look at the handle. The first one is already finished here, and we will make the second one together. I start with 4 chain stitches, and then starting in the second chain from the hook, I will make 3 single crochet, chain 1 for the turn around, 3 single crochet again, and in total we will make 5 rows of single crochet. Each row will have 3 single crochet, and in the end of the row we make a chain for the turn. Now we will squeeze on our I think it's snap hook. Well, our thing here. You see what I'm referring to. And you can, for example, poke your hook through the chain stitches and pull it through this thing here. So it has to be placed in the middle of our 5 rows. Then you squeeze the sides together, chain 1, yeah, it might be that the slip knot is a little in the way in the beginning, chain 1, and then you poke in on the other side and make a single crochet. Now you make in total 4 single crochet on this side. You can also do 3 single crochet, then your handle will be very slightly smaller. So I made the first handle with 4 single crochet on this side, so I have to do that again here, and I like how thick the handle became, so it's fine. Then you chain 1 again, poke in on the other side again, so the whole round contains of 9 stitches, and from now on you again work back loop only. So now you just work round by round by round, as long as you like. My handle is 19 centimeters. And always work back loop only. As I said, just go on like this, and my handle is 19 centimeters. So in the end we want to make sure that this part here is in the same direction. So make sure that you end the handle on the same side like you started it, and then you make the following. You chain 1, turn around, then make 3 single crochet, chain 1, turn around again. And in the same way like we did on the other side, we also make 5 rows single crochet in total here. Now you cut the thread, pull it through, and again squeeze your snap hook on this single crochet part. Again, it has to be placed in the middle. Now we take our darning needle and sew on this loose side to the rest of the handle. Just poke in through this front loop here, or through the whole stitch. Then go back. Always pull tight. And just sew the two sides together. And in the end, you just sew the thread a few further stitches into the handle, and then you can cut it. So this is how your bag should look like. I already fixed the top here and fixed the plastic canvas on its inside, and I also fixed this top part of the knob here. On the upper side, I personally don't care that you can see this little spike things on the inside, but for the top lower part of the bottom, they would show on the front side of the bag, which I don't want to happen. So I made this tiny bit of single crochet here, poked the knob through it, and now sew it on the inside of the bag. And in this way you won't see the spikes of the knob on the front. Well, in the end, you just fix the D-rings like this. Let me show you a little close up. Just sew them on, and then I fixed the chain here. I took a double strand of the thread and also just sew it on, my little name tag here, and that's it.